You ready?
We got the cameras rolling.
The camera's rolling. You know, what type of a lesson would you want your kids to have with all your experience that you have in their life? What do you think is the most important thing you want to pass to your children in terms of information to help them in life?
Wow. Yeah. I don't think I will be able to pass my information to them, but I would like to make their life harder as much as I can, because their life is too easy in my opinion. So, you know, telling them a story that I had growing up is not really relevant to their lives today, because we didn't have the technology, the tablets, you know, the iPhones and stuff like that. So obviously we played outside and we got into trouble outside. Okay. We didn't have the problems they're having today on the other side. Everybody is liberal. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. So it's a different world. And I'm not going to teach my son how to, you know, fix a car if you get broken down the road, because his car is computers. It's not like an old Ford that I stole from my dad and it's just a carburetor and a few screwdrivers. So I don't really have the life lessons, but I do want to teach them the benefits of my immigrant life, which to me are finding your you know, end goal, finding your hardships and finding your limits, which we talked about before as well. Because being a 14-year-old immigrant, you get yourself into trouble, you get a perspective of how far should I go, and I want to bring that perspective as much as I can to them. I don't want to tell them, look, this is okay. No, it's not okay. Push the limits. Get into trouble. Get into trouble. Do that shit you want to do. I'm still watching, obviously. I'm not at a factory. I'm not working 20 hours a day. I'm still watching, but I'm going to pretend I'm not watching, because I want you to fail.
I like it.
And I want you to have, I want you to leave your comfort zone as much as I can. Like you saw today at the pool, I'm just always pushing him, like, jump, you need to jump, you need to do this, you need to do that. Because I think broadening that comfort zone, broadening those aspects in your life will teach him the lessons he needs, but they're going to be relevant to his existence.
Okay.
Because my life experience is not that, it's not that good, I think. It was different times, obviously. Every parent is going to say that, you know, and it was different problems. And I'm not an immigrant today. They're not immigrants. They're expats.
Okay.
You know, us in Israel, we were immigrants. It's getting into fights and a lot of aggression in Israel, a lot of negativity, and a lot of, you know, like those moments where you feel alone and you get ganged up in school or you fight on the street, and that's really negative things that I don't want him to experience. But taking a small knife and going to the forest for an entire day, that's a good experience. I remember having from Carmel. Even if you're 10 and you don't know your way back, you feel like you're lost. Obviously today it's not that big of a forest in Carmel, but being 10 years old and feeling you got lost in the forest, that's an overwhelming experience that I want him to feel. And, you know, traveling there and stumbling your way through a mistake, or even leaving him alone in like Paris or Italy in a bad neighborhood, which is not really bad, but
yes,
it could feel a little bad to him, and just looking if he gets scared or not. Just testing his limits. That's the only thing I would want to give him.
It's a really good question. I think we all parents would like to make our lives better for the kids.
Yeah.
We just have different approaches and how we want to accomplish that.
I think not being too soft. That's one of the most important things to me when I look at the surroundings that my kids are in. Not being too soft. And I'm not talking about fighting or like lumberjacking or just being like that. Just heartache, something internal. Because I'm struggling with a lot of mental issues. It's not problems, but issues during my life. And only now, close to 40, I'm beginning to understand some of them. Like, why do I feel sad all of a sudden? Am I bipolar, which I don't think I am, but I do have tendencies. Why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel this? Why do I feel that? Because everybody feels that. I want to give him more tools to understand himself. And it doesn't matter which country you're in, I think, like especially as a man. Because today nobody's a man, everybody's a pussy. That's why I really think your dad is cool. That's why I think my dad is super cool. Because they're old Soviet motherfuckers that don't give a shit.